I've been in my Bible, like, you understand, like, shit crazy.
Oh, yeah. World said fuck us, so we said fuck the world.
You know,
World said fuck us,
24/7.
so we said fuck the world.
Yeah, shit.
World said fuck us,
Shall we
so we
say,
said fuck the world.
fuck the world.
The world don't love us, nah, so we said fuck the world. Look, I know you can't vote down, but hold on. I know them lights ain't on, but hold on. Look, even if you feel you got nothing on, hold on, I got a message. I say hold on to your sanity. I know you in a position that you ain't plan to be. Without lies, but not addicted to gambling. You feel the pressure in the house and your head is scrambling. You feel the storm getting closer. You feel like giving up before you even start. Then it's over. You feeling like fuck it, you going through too much to be sober. Life is passing you by. As you do this over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over, trying to make it change now. Instead of that, you fall victim to the same now. Starting to find out that life is not a game now. Back against the wall. Couldn't run as the poor man screamed to the top of his world. Said fuck us. So we said fuck the world. World said fuck us. So we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us. So we said fuck the world. The world don't love us. So we said fuck the world. Look, cover your eyes, don't want to see the blood on the leaves. Bodies of eyes, innocently hanging from trees, floating the screens. Blood in the water, blood on the altar. Still don't believe justice is coming. Heavenly Father did not. Christ say vengeance is mine. Don't even bother. When he return, it's gonna be slaughtered. Oh, I know you don't want to face it, but what's real love? Sound like hatred, and you gotta be fucking crazy if you think they gonna get away with killing all them babies, feeding them to alligators. All the women that was with the transatlantic slave trade made us build a nation that we can't partake in. School to prison pipeline, mass incarceration. All the lives that's been taken, hated to love it. You only talk about forgiveness cause we never get justice. I think you really reluctant. I remember hearing a hood nigga say all the shit he would have done if he was living during slavery. Look what's going on today, and you ain't doing a damn thing but putting shame on your ancestors' name. But who's the blame? All these drugs, pills, weed, beans, lean, cocaine. I get the feeling that we living in a big dope game. Fuck us. So we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us. So we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us. So we said fuck the world. The world don't love us. So we said fuck the world.
Hey, sorry for interrupting. Isn't that annoying? What if I told you there was a way to get rid of ads like this? Forever. It's called...
Yo. I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they want to bring us down. They want to see us win. They want to kill us all, Lord. Tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred is deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live, Lord? Tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
I'm married KKK. Land of the good, smokers home of the slaves. And I'm just trying to be great. Tell me, how can I live with this drama every day? I'm a light, I'm a beam in this darkness. It seems that your life is a nightmare. And I live my dreams on this earth. Since I was young, I realized I had a destiny bigger than the patience that's disguised for. What's best for me? Better than the hate and all the lies that beat the death of me. As a race and sleeping hypnotized. It's elementary, thought it was my sin, but studies something that was new to me. They hate me because of what my ancestors used to be. Killers, teachers, CAD. Not all of them were kings and queens. Our nature was natural, not supernatural. Now they call it the magic and voodoo. That shit ain't practical. All of who's connected always want to learn that you know. Don't let the shit go over your head. Same snakes up in the garden, but the skin just shed. They'll always try to convince you that it's all in your head. Just know you gotta do better before you hit your bed. I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin. They wanna bring us down, they don't wanna see us win. Trying to kill us all, Lord, tell me can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me can I live? I know the hate is deeper than the color of my skin. Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me can I live? I know the hate is deeper than the color of my skin.
Yo.
Can I live?
They say my rhymes cause too much excitement, ride incitement. Shit, well, there's no indictments when my kinfolk get murdered by white men. Dark skin, light skin, divided and blinded, so we beef with each other. All brothers rather than fight them. Fuck all that silence, it's time to get shit ignited. I ain't my way, little nigga. I ain't taking shit from no tars. And ain't no motherfucking nation got freedom from march. I'm begging for portions. Niggas ain't signing no portions. Big payback. You crackers got ready in your margins. Why? They broke every tree, slaughtered the buffalo, and then they said, fire the TVs. They called their face of mountains, but we go to jail for graffiti. We fought for this country. They give us syphilis, it's a scheme. We been getting robbed. They made the ones who stay behind bars. They take all our money, but they ain't want to give us no jobs. What's it supposed to make it? But we stay defying the odds. It's like we really only living off the grace of our God. Can I live without getting harassed by the sword? Can I live without getting slammed in my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? Yo, can I live without getting harassed by the sword? Can I live without getting slammed in my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin. But they want to bring us down, they want to see it swim. They want to kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
On 44 shit. Yo, man. Busy man, busy man. Hey, Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way. They step on their neck and they hear with that shit.
Friday, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them all what's happening. I pop up like a Samuel, I got 10 haters know that that's a fact. They don't hide it, got it up the mud. They don't hide it, that's good. We don't show the skills, I show the skill. Bad, but if you don't work the wheel, how I work. We ain't made up inside the circle fight. Yeah, that's it, running for my life. I ain't work, I got ring over there, I got some ring. So the steel flowing, niggas punch it still. They say you been beast mode lately, you is not. I still reach up that fire, precious man. They ain't cloudy, niggas know what's coming, but I see them conspire on the line of fire. This is him, feeling break the skin off. God is out, trust you, so small, you can keep. See my niggas don't keep us young, man. I feel like T-Coin was dead, it wasn't slow down. Oh, fire, but this shit is strange, coming like. I mean, you can't even catch these niggas don't. Running like you running, they don't even start. So with my niggas telling me it's in the foot. But if you wanna leave, you can leave. This is your heart, find it. I ain't showing no mercy, we gon' show them what time it is. I pop up like a Samuel, I got time. I don't care, raised all I damn, that's a fact. They don't hide it, got it up the mud. They don't hide it, nice, but you don't show the skills, I show the skills. Bad, but if you don't work the wheel, how I work it. So I gotta make them fight, yeah. I heard they want my life, I ain't worse, I got referees, they go in a fake, yo, fully folks, you might not see them. Wait, know it's women that bitch fully loaded. Yeah, we on the road, told them I need make them. We up joking, I'ma school them niggas like that. Baby joke, got it up the dust. We ain't gonna nobody hate it. What you want all that? I don't good for the baby boy. Bitch, they top though. Certified road. I'm in front of nigga line. What that shit? I got trouble saying shit. That's it like that. It's they had that shit on. Until I stepped on them like both. You cannot play both sides. Got two. I throw that one up with that W. That's my blood, bro. 5 years. I ain't show no mercy. I'm gonna show them all the time. I pop out like a February. I got time to get start like that. I survive. They don't hide it. Got it up the gutter. Straight the door. They don't hide it. You don't show the skills. I show it. You have one. You don't work the wheel. I work. So I gotta make a fight. Yeah, that's it. They want my life. I ain't know. I got ready for real. West till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Get your heart. Bring it back, it's called make you live again, getting dividends. We start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nominally a domino. So what you trying to do? Rhyming comical. This is funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to the pussy niggas. I been shit. Team of all stars. I coach them up like a Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we go check them like gynecologists. It's kind of obvious how the situation is ominous. The way you're rhyming is the regurgitate for the audience. It's all applauding this competition is fraudulent from the era when niggas smoking. Like a baller, the flow been stupid. Shit's got all the sense on the dominance. One west rising the crime. Niggas, I be one west to the depth to the bury me. I'm one west to the bury me. I be one west to the depth to the bury me. I'm one west to the bury me. I be one west to the depth to the bury me. I'm one west to the bury me. I be one west to the depth to the bury me. I'm one west to the bury me. When a nigga quiet, you mama move. But I ride like I got proof. I'm a mover. Rhyme hard like the review, I'm Medusa. Now I'm really Luca, 17 in the root. Only me refuse to sit up in your medulla. I'm a gotta put a regatta niggas while I name when every dollar. Rhyme bomb like a dollar at the semi holler. The show's stopper than the stoppers in the titty bopper. But now I'm grown up. I'll patrol the premium of vodka. I put these bitches on that. Lock modify the chopper. There's more heavy already. In the fucking mama. No marijuana say I got the dollars. Not a notice. When I'm a baller, they go back and do it like I do it. A lot of cities and writers go in there eat so. Trying to get to the fight around with me, and I had them niggas feel like a tire and a deep, and I'm still bubbles of flavor. Every bar burn hard like a spoon. With a light up, feel ignite, I'm winning coming through this. South because you carry one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the depth. Till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
Always sip on my own. Don't need all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. All around. Strap on my chrome. Always sip on my own. Don't need all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. All around. Strap on my chrome.
Nigga trying to eat. One of the police. On time still me. I'm on the way to pray. When white Jesus they say me, get him away from me. I don't know what to say. So many niggas hating me, get him away from me.
Always sip on my own. Don't need all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. All about strap on my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. All about strap on my chrome.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. I don't run around with my clone. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. I don't run around with my clone. Trying to keep it on the true side, nigga. Make a little play cool now, nigga. Niggas on the team, I've been known to get brain ever since I was 2-5, nigga. Cool hanging out the boot time, nigga. Cause I ain't stunting on them. Put my whole team on, so they ain't wrong. When niggas do it, make it know that they be hating on you. Get the open at your power, get the waiting on it. Bullshit. Get bread from the envy. Best friends get the like enemies. When you got it in the bank account, yeah. Put the recipe to bring a lot of jealousy. Took it from a bird's eye view. I'm from everything I've been through. Trouble with the girl if you ain't spinning like you. Never let him put a dick between you. Cause if a nigga wrong, I'ma check that shit. If we keep it along, never flex that shit. Told myself when you getting money, never take it to a box. Flip it over, then invest that shit. Give a lot of game. Try to bless my kids. Gotta keep it real, that's the best shit. Gotta hear some spit, baby, text it. When I get up on the track, yeah, I wreck shit.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. All about trap on my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. All about trap on my chrome.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. I don't run around with my clone. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone. I don't run around with my clone.
They killed. You guys say they did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my house. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. This possible sand in the road, better result of me setting my soul. The story I'm telling is gone, but that is what everyone knows. The way that the devil is known. America was never a home. Only a place that continue to be safe, facility haters taking me. Pretending I'm lazy, be killing me, nigga. It's like be draining my energy. 400 years, they count us. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is around. It's ready to tackle my king and the angel be ready. In the rap, cracking the sky, you can't miss some nigga. Get a visual, I'm capturing every crack of the vibe. Put them all in chains, where they need the peace, they be for me. And let the whole world see it with me. In the case of safe with the streets, put the dog on the leash, give us all for the beach. 144, get the bullet show, we get all. As soon as the trumpets are sound, the game we busting it down. The only way just is found. The time for your judgment is now. You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a ain't no remorse in my blood cell. There won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I kill a child while you trust the lies. The next block I'm back, gon' be dim foul. If I get it customized. Sending shots off like farewell. Payback come back around like the curse. Still remember your hardest words. Bringing in my head like hell. Send you in his body. With a Lord fucking cocktail. Triangle. Over flat press to the gang like I did Bardale. Payback the bitch in his dress. The bomb change is insert code. I just hope they make an oxtail. Block friend. I'm the box, I swear, got it no cost. Say myself a target in the world of man shooters. Devil design fast while I faded the past school and damn my king train, I'll be overzealous. They want my jealous, I'm a brand new you see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback.
You already know it is. I'm going to make no press. Right, no corners. Just meant we buy corners. We take corners. And we're going to buy one way or another. Whether it's with the bodies we don't lost, we're building time in the joint. It's behind us or enemies. I mean, you're going to get some shit in this game, but that shit for free. How much money can what I need to spend? And we ain't gonna be the amount to spend what we done made already. Shit. I gotta be on this long. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I know when nigga murked his own ex, he was fucking on his bitch. He got booked, now she's sick, she had sucking on all these. Told my young boy to chill, cause he was hitting all these licks. Man resisting, now we 6 feet, he was thinking with his dick. Better heart, young man, I'm dropping gems, they call me old school. Put him fed on the ground, and when you shot him, going shoot 600 page indictment, nigga. What you gonna do? Up top with them lifeless. You don't fight, all you do is shoot. I know them crack is mad as hell because they want to see us dead. Plotting all the minds, holding counsel just to stay ahead. This one was just forever. We gon' pay for nation's bread. If you not under this banner, then you always mad. And I'm from the trenches, they ain't never show us love. All we know is extensions in the way of throw a slug. We done made a move on you and we don't care who it was. On the gram, I saw my youngest sending nigga up above. You would've thought me in the squad. What's fatigue, how we run shit. Better get that soft block, better get that soft strike. My general said if it's not one West, then it's not legit. Fuck every cracker, go to the grave and go and take the piss. Mama, I'm the Israelite, push strings like Santana, gotta keep the blitz because in that mix and get bananas, I adapted to it. Right before the skis and wear bandanas, I'm the big bad wolf, come down your chimney like I'm Santa. The pussy nigga said that they was going slide. They ain't do shit, got a couple hammers in the ride, don't make me bang shit. Got a couple crackers on my mind, I'm trying to hang shit. Yeah, I'm in the field, I'm still pissed about the spaceships. Then y'all got some big shit to make the rain flip. The pump turn you to an echo back with these backflips. Mom said, 12s ask you questions, but not say shit. Mom said, don't neighbors ask you questions, but not say shit. I'm true to this, ask your old head. I ain't new to this, I'm too legit. Did one wet squirrel and we running this, I'm gunning it. Provide every cracker to be intelligent, irrelevant. For all them fake kids that we ain't marching. This clip that I got, like, hold on, what I'm trying. I throw it on you. You pledge your allegiance to them snakes, they turn for you on you. Pill head, slash, crash, don't I keep it real with you. You told me you don't trust none of them niggas, that's a real issue. I don't give a fuck, you went beef, I want you all dead. Just before they sign the same words that Paul said. Clip full of racist motherfuckers. It got ball heads. The shit that I got dumped in your head like some ball heads. Why you trying to claim the same right that your man did? Yo, what's on lacking? Main reasons why your guys dead. Always gotta keep one in their head before I go to bed. Fuck a DJ Khaled, this one. Bless this what God did, nigga. My wet bro. I try. I can fuck up, dude. Hey,
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is.
better watch how you step in. Yeah, but that way you
know what I'm saying?
Under command, chariot. Half of my niggas that'll be an honor and a bless. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top when we ballin' my nigga. We be flying, fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change, and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my real say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets. Close caption, niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my heart can gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, it's true the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners on them. Pussy niggas talking shit, y'all know they can't stand it. UPK, Louisiana, guess that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on. Start stepping, brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a bless. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a bless. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for my sisters and brothers because I love them. I see them down when they hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gut. My mind frame wants to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. With them killers, always just a matter of time. Oh, why take your life for it? You take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling pain. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hate to fly. Complexity fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and rejected, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me, the command is the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a bless. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a bless. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Okay.
I've been in my Bible lately. You understand? Like, shit crazy.
World said fuck us, so we said fuck the world.
You know,
The world said fuck us,
24/13.
we said fuck the world.
Yes, you have to
The world said fuck us,
Shall
we
we say,
said fuck the world.
fuck the world.
The world don't love us, no, so we said fuck the world. Look, I know your kinfolk gone, but hold on. I know them lights ain't on, but hold on. Look, even if you feel you got nothing to hold on, I got a message. God said hold on to your sanity. I know you in a position that you ain't planned to be. With our lives, we're not addicted to gambling. You feel the pressure in the thoughts in your head is scrambling. You feel the storm getting closer. You feel like giving up before you even started this. So you feeling like fuck it, you going through too much to be so much life is passing you by as you do this over and over. Over and over, over and over, over and over. Trying to make a change now. Instead of that, you fall victim to the same now. You starting to find out that this life is not a game now. Back against the wall, couldn't run as the poor man screamed to the top of the lungs. Said fuck us. So we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us. So we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us. So we said fuck the world. The world don't love us. So we say fuck the world. Look, cover your eyes. Don't want to see the blood on the leaves. Bodies eyes innocently hanging from trees. Looking the screens, blood in the water, blood on the altar. Still don't believe, just
let's clap it up. Give it up for YAHANNA Mashiach, who we ignorantly call Christ. Let's give it up for Commander General YAHANNA. Let's give it up for all the generals, all the officers, all the captains, all the troopers, and the sisters. With ISUPK coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, 125th Street, under Commander General YAHANNA. And since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true children of the Bible. I'm preaching officer Yahshua filling in for priest officer 500 of Dunya. You understand? This is the Elizabeth class. We're going to be covering some news articles pertaining to the city of Elizabeth, New Jersey. However, we are in the midst of another nasty ass heathenistic pagan worshipped holiday that they call Christmas, right? Now, let me give you a little backdrop on Christmas. Now, Christmas is one of the nastiest holidays there is. You know, and the reason why I say that because this holiday is actually in the Bible, and it says do not celebrate it, for it is a heathen custom. You know, I'm gonna paraphrase real quick, but I got the precept. It says a man going to the forest, cutteth down a tree. You understand? As a worksmith go with his hands, brings it back home, stands it upright, fastens it with nail and screw, and then decorates it with silver and gold. What does that sound like? It sounds like Christmas, if you ask me. But it says, do not do this, for it is a heathen custom. You understand? Now, I say that to say this. I got a nice little lineup of precepts pertaining to heathen holidays and why we shouldn't celebrate them, because we have perfectly fine high holy days that's in the Bible that we try to celebrate and keep the tradition here in the ISUPK. So, with that being said, any questions in the chat? Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemana Thimba Hashem Yahweh Shah. You know what I mean? Sis out here showing up faithfully to my class. I appreciate you, sis. The water. You know, even if you're the only one that comes in. Hey, one's better than none. You understand? And slowly but surely it'll grow. Like when you plant a seed in the dirt. Sometimes you gotta wait till the bust opens and sprout out the ground. But people gotta remember, when you plant a seed, it has to grow down first before it can come up, because it has to secure roots in the dirt before it can create the foundation, which is within the roots. You understand? So we gotta grow down before we grow up. I pray I get that. Any question in the chat? None? No sweat. No sweat. Let's see, where am I gonna go first? Here we go. All right. We're going to go into the book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. Meaning, don't sit here and celebrate these nasty ass heathenistic pagan holidays like Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, President's Day, Memorial Day, MLK Day, Groundhog's Day, you know, St. Peter's Day. All these is pagan worship holidays, right? And that scripture is a perfect breakdown of it. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Vain deceit. The lie of Christmas and what we've been lied to and taught over the decades, over this last century, to what Christmas means and what it's supposed to mean to us, and shoot, if I'm not mistaken, that was another unalignment involving how Christmas was created back in the day. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to make sure. Let me see if I can pull that up. I got something else for Christmas though. So I can Israel back in 1 minute. I got to do a quick little read. I want to make sure I get the right origin. Because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So they'll put their spin on anything. All right. So I got some articles and stuff about Christmas and the origin of it, right? And I'm showing you this for good reason because, a lot of our black folks in today's society, they'll sit there and try to beat you in the head, when you having a discussion with them and you bring about these heathen holidays, and they'll be quick to sit there and get on the defensive and say, "Oh well, I don't celebrate Christmas. I just do it for the kids." So you teaching your kids to lie and then turn around in the same breath tell them don't lie to you, but you want to lie to them and teach them tradition of keeping the lie alive. But then they not allowed to lie to you. That's hypocritical. And it's totally ass backwards. But yeah, that precept in Colossians, that's an excellent precept for, these heathen holidays and why we shouldn't celebrate them, right? So I'm reading something. Go further to that one. Here we go. We're going to go into the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandments of God by your tradition? Meaning, he's asking like, well, why are we transgressing against the law by celebrating Christmas? Why are we transgressing against the law when celebrating Thanksgiving? Why are we transgressing against the law when we celebrate Valentine's Day? Real simple. I'm going to give you a quick breakdown, right? If it's not in the Bible for us to celebrate and keep in tradition within our generations, then it's unlawful. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Christmas is in the Bible, but it also states that you should not do it, for it is a heathen custom. Can't elude that fact right there. It's a heathen custom. So we're not to celebrate it. Now, Matthew 15 and 3 is asking, well, why is it, basically, why is celebrating Christmas transgressing against the law or celebrating Thanksgiving? Let me explain to you why. Celebrating Thanksgiving is the commemoration of the mass genocide of millions upon millions upon millions of Native Indians that were here prior to Columbus claiming he discovered America. And not only that, they were kind enough to actually teach these heathens stuff they never knew, like how to wash their behinds and things like that. You understand? And how to and properly corral their animals and things like that. And you know how they return the favor? Smallpox blankets and swift death and destruction to those and their children and so on that defied them or didn't want to do what they were told or didn't want to follow their rulership. And that's a reason in itself why we should not celebrate holidays such as Christmas or Thanksgiving for that reason alone. I mean, honestly, I don't want to celebrate your holidays. You know, as a matter of fact, let me pull it. Let me pull it. Where we at? Where we at? Here we go. Let me pull it out real quick. It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate, you know, they say hate's a strong word, but it's an action too. It says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Meaning, the Most High hates your nasty ass cranberry sauce. The Lord hates your baked mac and cheese and your canned yams and your collard greens and all that, your cabbage, all that. All of it is an abomination to the Lord. He hate it and despise it. You don't want to smell that nasty garbage because y'all don't want to submit to him or to the Lord on a high holy day that or a convocation that's in the Bible, but you expect him and others to just accept you with your feast days and your transgressions against the law. No. And this is a further example of why it's transgressing against the law. The Lord hates it. So if the Lord hates it, it's not legal. It's not lawful. Period. If the Lord don't like it, the Lord don't like it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that's something as Blacks, Hispanics, and Indians, we have to get that through our thick skulls because we're so dead set on keeping certain traditions that we don't keep the main traditions that we're supposed to, meaning brotherhood, meaning fearing the Most High God. You understand? What else? Basically, in all honesty, those are the main ones. Fearing the Lord, keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, and brotherhood. You understand? Those are the main commandments that the Lord stresses through and throughout the Bible because we're a prideful people. We're stiff-necked people. We're also an oppressed people. So yeah, we'll turn one another down before we accept one another. And our problem is we look for such approval from the oppressor or a heathen. Slakia. Bear with me 1 second, Israel. I don't know how those video feed again. I don't know where that technical issue's coming from. But anywho, you know, when it says I hate and I despise your feast days, and I will not smell your solemn assembly, the Most High says it's nasty. He won't indulge in it. He can't stand it. That nasty fragrance of your cranberry sauce and your ham, your honey glazed ham, and your nasty ass spirit towards celebrating it, and lying to yourself and lying to others by saying, "Oh, I don't celebrate Christmas. This for the kids," but you got a Christmas tree and all types of decorations all around your house. You hypocrite! Like, it makes no sense. Like, and this is why our people, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Indians, are destroyed in the first place because we follow what the white man tells us to follow. We follow these heathen customs. We follow these heathen holidays, and we don't follow the Bible. We don't follow and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. We don't exemplify brotherhood. This is why we're lost now. This is why we're oppressed now. This is why we're out here in a sunken place. You understand? All this stems from us not following the Most High God, keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, not listening. You understand? And this is why we're going to keep facing the judgments. This is why we're going to keep being oppressed. Because if we don't gather together, the nation has not desired, nation of Israel, if we do not gather together, then we will face these judgments. And we will continue to face these judgments. Black cis fans, and I need y'all to understand something. This is not just for a time. This is not just for while we're living. The Most High can punish us generationally. This could go on down the line for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. This is why it's very crucial and detrimental to our spiritual health that we know who our God is. If we know who our King is, if we know who we are as a people. I pray y'all understand. I'm going to read another precept before I get to my article. It's the book of Romans, chapter 14, verse 1. Him that is weak in the faith receive ye, but not the doubtful disputations. Meaning, if your faith is weak, you're going to celebrate Christmas. If your faith is weak in the Lord, you're going to smoke cigarettes and smoke weed and buy a vape pen and all that garbage. If your faith is weak, you're going to keep trying to celebrate Valentine's Day, celebrate St. Patrick's Day, celebrate Thanksgiving, celebrate Christmas. Hell, celebrate your birthday. You know, they tell us when we learn in this truth that you get 2 days. You get the day you was born and the day you die. Anything in between that, you give it to the Most High because he allowed you to live another day because you didn't have to. And you damn sure wasn't obligated to. Which is why we must learn the laws, statutes, and commandments and keep them and stop celebrating these nasty ass holidays. Oh no, I gotta stress that. I have to. Let me get to this article. Nine of the most horrific crimes committed on Christmas. From the man who donned a Santa suit and went on a bloody rampage to the 15-year-old tortured for being a witch, these grisly murders turned the cheeriest time of the year into a nightmare. Understand something. There's a spirit behind celebrating these nasty ass holidays, right? It's definitely a spirit behind it. And we have to understand and acknowledge that because the spirit that's behind it is what causes stuff like these unalignments. Is that spirit behind it is what causes us to be at odds against each other. You understand? You're having to sit across from a table with somebody that assaulted you, molested you as a child growing up, and you got to sit across from a dinner table with them because y'all trying to keep a tradition that your grandmama taught you since you was a child, when she was taught wrong too. You understand what I'm saying? This is a tradition that we are not supposed to celebrate. Hanukkah, that's what we're supposed to celebrate. Feast of First Fruit, Feast of Tabernacles, feast days and high holy days like that, holy convocations that's in the Bible. Those are what we're supposed to celebrate. Let me get to this article. For many, Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year, but for some, this holiday has been marked by ferocious family feuds, mysterious disappearances, and murder. Yeah, a lot of people get missing and unalive during this time of the year because it's wrong. This pagan holiday is wrong. Many of the history's worst Christmas crimes unfolded due to long-held personal grudges, as in the case of Bruce Pardo, who dressed as Santa Claus and murdered his ex-wife, eight members of her family on Christmas Eve in 2008, following his divorce. Then there's the story of Ronald Gene Simmons and Michelle Anderson, who used Christmas gatherings as a way to take out multiple family members at once. And while some Christmas murders were open and shut cases, others remain tragic mysteries to date. No one knows exactly what happened to the Sauter children, who seemingly vanished from their family home after a fire on Christmas Day in 1945. Likewise, the murder of 6-year-old pageant star John Benet Ramsey, who was found dead on the day after Christmas in 1996, remains unsolved. This is the murder of the child pageant queen John Benet Ramsey. John Benet Ramsey was just 6 years old when she was murdered on Christmas Day in 1996. One of the most famous Christmas crimes of all time happened in 1996 when 6-year-old John Benet Ramsey was allegedly kidnapped from her family Boulder, Colorado home. John Benet's lifeless body was soon found in the family's basement, launching a mystery that endures to this day. According to John Benet's parents, Patsy and John Benet Ramsey, the family just first realized that something was wrong around 5:30 a.m. on December 26th, when Patsy reportedly found a ransom note on the family's home declaring that John Benet had been kidnapped and was being held for a $118,000 ransom. Hours after Ramsey's called the police, John found John Benet's body in the family basement. The 6-year-old had been bound and gagged, bludgeoned over the head, strangled, and possibly sexually assaulted. Damn, just 6 years old. That's sad. And this was the so-called ransom note. Before long, the mystery of this shocking Christmas murder gripped the entire nation. John Benet had participated in a number of child beauty pageants, and magazines quickly printed photos of the 6-year-old in costumes and full makeup. Some critiqued her parents for letting John Benet participate, and others levied much more serious accusations. As the case unfolded, suspicion fell on the Ramsey family. Not only did the paper and pen used the ransom note come from the house, but the alleged kidnapper asked for a specific amount, $118,000. That happened to be the same amount of money that John Ramsey had received as a bonus that year. Some even suspected that John Benet's parents had covered up the murder after her 9-year-old brother Burke killed her by accident. Multiple suspects have been considered in the decades since, from the family's housekeeper to the local sex offender who told a friend that he'd hurt the little girl, to a man outright confessed named John Mark Carr. But to date, this tragic Christmas murder remains unsolved. I understand that John Benet Ramsey case made state, national, federal news. That story was on the news for a long time. But again, that was an oppressor. I wonder if John Benet Ramsey was black, how long would that case have got, would it even have made national news, would it have made news coverage? I wonder if it would have made the newspaper. It might have just been a notable mention on the side of a milk carton back in 1996. Just saying. The brutal murder of Tammy Homolka by the Ken and Barbie killers. Again, more white on white crime. Christmas is a time for family, but Carla Homolka took that to a sick extreme when she agreed to help her fiance, serial rapist Paul Bernardo, assault that ultimately killed a 15-year-old sister, Tammy, on December 23rd, 1990. By the point, Bernardo was known to police in Ontario, Canada, as the Scarborough rapist, though he had not been identified. Bernardo had raped or attempted to rape at least 19 women when he met Carla during his spree, and she indulged many of his dark desires. But after the couple got engaged, Bernardo confessed that he was bored with their sex life and disappointed that Carla hadn't been a virgin when they met. So the couple came up with a twisted solution. They decided to rape Carla's younger sister, Tammy, during their family's 1990 Slovakia. What the hell? During their family's 1990 Christmas party. Carla, who worked in a veterinary clinic, spiked Tammy's drink with animal anesthetics. When the rest of the family went to sleep, she held a cloth soaked with holothane over Tammy's mouth and then took turns raping her with Paul. But a brutal sexual assault that was captured on the couple's video camera. Though the couple had not meant to commit a Christmas murder, Tammy choked on her vomit and died. At the hospital, her death was ruled accidental. Her death was ruled accidental as a result of alcohol poisoning, and Paul and Carla, not considered suspects in her death, went on to rape and kill again. Between 1991 and 1993, they raped and murdered at least 2 young girls before Carla decided to turn Paul in after he beat her. The media swiftly dubbed the attractive blonde couple as the Ken and Barbie killers, and their case captivated Canadians. But though Paul was sentenced to life in prison, Carla made a deal with the prosecution and was released in 2005. That's crazy. They actually let that woman go. Slovakia. They actually let that woman go. That's sick. That's some sick stuff right there. They let the white woman go. Who'd have knew? Again, if these was Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, I wonder if any of this would have made the news. And the only reason why they probably would have put it on the news so they could use us as a public spectacle and make an example out of us. That I believe. That I believe to be true. But again, all this stuff happens around a holiday you got no business celebrating because, again, there's a spirit on these so-called pagan holidays. There's a certain type of spirit that comes over you on these type of days. You get what I'm saying? It's a specific type of spirit. You understand? And that spirit is the core reason why we should not celebrate these days. And not only that, the Lord said so. Case closed. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, meaning remember the holy convocations in the Bible. Remember the Sabbath day. The Sabbath day is the most basic high holy day. And it's a weekly holy convocation. It's a day to remind us of during those times when we were in the midst of escaping Egypt and celebrating the Passover, and celebrating the day of the Sabbath, meaning no silver work therein. You understand? And that's a tradition that's been kept through our generations, that there's no silver work therein. You understand? We go over the Sabbath day, every feast day, every high holy convocation. We cover in the book of Leviticus about the Sabbath day, where we do no servile work therein. You understand? Like, if you have to slave, you have to slave. That's what it is. But technically, you don't have to. You're not supposed to really work on the Sabbath day, which is Saturday. You understand? And that's all basically what that stands for. And we're in, and to keep that tradition, you know, we're in the business of not only keeping traditions, but keeping the right traditions so that we're in the right spirit. That's the whole point of and premise of what I'm saying. We're not supposed to celebrate Christmas. We're not supposed to celebrate Halloween. We're not supposed to celebrate Thanksgiving. We're not supposed to celebrate birthdays, Valentine's Day, President's Day, Labor Day, Independence Day. All this stuff is manufactured and maintained to spend people's money. You know, these holidays are very manipulative, so to speak, in that way. And that is why it says in the Bible, don't for not, do this, for it is a heathen custom. Like, I have to stress that. Salaki. Looking for another precept before I close this out. It says, Book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 8. Yahweh Shah who we annually call Christ. It says, Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever. Meaning, he's not going to change. Meaning these laws, statutes, and commandments don't change. I was talking to my mother and she was saying, well, today's time is different. Nah, today's time ain't different. There's nothing new under the sun. It's either you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments or you don't. You understand? It's either you choose to fight your demons and not sin and transgress, or you just be a wicked, disgusting bastard and you just keep sinning. That's what it really boils down to, at the end of the day. Like, we as black and we make excuses to celebrate stuff that doesn't matter to us or stuff that we have no business celebrating. You understand what I'm saying? And I really pray you do understand, Israel, because this is something that's been ongoing longer than I've been breathing on earth. And this is something that's going to continue to be going on until we gather together, like said in Zephaniah 2:1, where it says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. We are the nation that's not desired, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So we have to, one, gather together. Two, we have to learn these laws, statutes, commandments, and do them. Don't be just hearers, but be ye doers. You understand? And once we do that, the proper precautions will be made. Conditions will be met. You understand? I pray you do, Israel. It's the ISUPK coming out of 1 West Hall, New York, 125th Street, under Commander General YAHANNA. And since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true children of the Bible. That's my time, Israel. Shalom.